These are going to be 10 quick money mistakes that I made in my 20s. That way you don't have to. Over the last 7 years, I've made over 6 figures every single year. One year I even made over 200,000. But if you ask me today where all that money went, honestly, like I wouldn't be able to tell you. I spend so much money on like cars, food, travel, experiences. You name it, I probably did it. Like it's ridiculous. I think one time I spent like over $30,000, $40,000 on just food alone. It's just crazy. And now I have to sell my ATM company to keep the business running because I need that capital to fund my next move. And for those of you guys that follow me for my channel for like high ticket sales, for construction, for ATM, for business, and whatever it is, just being better, I figured if you're starting, because most people are like younger, like 20 something, and you're looking at this video, bro, listen up, because like you do not want to go through what I'm going through right now. And a lot of people online, they tell you all this fluffy, stuffy stuff, and they don't really tell you all the stuff that, you know, I'm learning right now, and it just kind of sucks and it makes it really, really harder. So, quick little update for you guys who have been following me. I know I've been really inconsistent, but I'm going to try to be more consistent. I'm probably going to make more videos like this, where it's just talking headshots, and it's going to be more like podcast style, freestyling style. And hopefully you guys like it, because these are easier for me to make, and I'm just going to keep you guys updated. If I do vlog, I'll give you guys a vlog here and there, but honestly, like I said, this is more educational than it is like me showing my life, and it's going to probably move into the more roofing side of things, which is really what this video is going to be about, which is just like business stuff. So, lesson number 1, the commission roller coaster. So one of the things that most people don't understand, and when it comes to like sales, like high income sales, commission only sales jobs, is that this is an income roller coaster. Sometimes there's going to be months where you're going to make 20,000, other months you're going to make like 2,000. And when you're young and you're starting and you're making money like that, you can feel very rich, bro. Like I know when I first started, I made like $5,000-$10,000 in a month. I'm like, oh my god, I'm freaking rich. Like what the hell? But the problem, like a lot of people, and you think that it's not going to be you, and I thought that it was not going to be me, is that most people spend money like high months are permanent. Like if you're gonna be making all of this thing like every single month, and it's not always like that, bro, especially in the beginning. Like you're gonna like make a lot of money sometimes, you're gonna make a little bit of money sometimes, and that's just how the cookie crumbles. And then you buy cars, and then you upgrade your lifestyle, and then you spend money like it's always gonna be coming in, but commission income is always unpredictable. So if you're in your sales, right, and you're in your 20s, the smartest thing that you could do is treat your best months like it's temporary. So remember, dude, high income skills, high like business moves, or like high sales driven careers, high commission only sales jobs, you're gonna go like this when it comes to like making money. You better save a lot of your money, because there's gonna be months where you don't sell anything. Like for right now, I haven't sold anything in the last 3 months, and I'm like going through my savings, and I'm like, bro, I know for a fact that if I have one just good month and I make that 20, 30,000, 40 months, it makes up for all that time. But it's like, bro, you better have that money to like survive, especially in the beginning. If you're like in a high income sales job and it's commission only, you better have a buffer of like 30 to 60, 90 days, because you might not get paid, bro. But when you do, it's going to be really nice. So leads me to lesson number 2, save more than what you think you need. If you're making money in your 20s, especially if you're making over 100K, save aggressively. And I can't tell you how much you can save, but if I had to guess and I had to tell myself, my younger self, how much I would possibly save, bro, in your early 20s, all the way until you're like you're 30, save at least $20,000 to $40,000 a year, because this business game gets really, really expensive. As I've been learning, one of the things that I'm struggling with right now is like marketing. And like a lot of people in my market, I'm in the LA market, so for you guys that don't know, I'm a contractor. The construction game is very, very expensive, not only paying for marketing but funding these jobs. And if you don't have the money to play, you're gonna get weeded out by these big players, because these big players, they're not spending like 5,000, 2,000, just dabbling here and there on like marketing. Like, no. From what I've learned, talking to a bunch of agencies, talking to a bunch of business owners, they're spending like 20, 30, $50,000 a month on just leads. And I'm not talking about the people that are paying on the office or, you know, doing all this and that. Like no, like those people are paying to play. And business is a lot of paying to play. And if you don't have the money, bro, you're going to get weeded out, or you have to like equate that with sweat equity. And if you don't got the skills and the sweat equity and the grit and the drive and the discipline to do all that, you're going to get weeded out, bro. Like for me, the only reason I'm able to bet on myself is because I know I can close and I know I can sell. So for those of you guys that don't know how to sell and you don't know how to hustle, you better make it easy on yourself and be able to play for the marketing, because these players, they don't play. And I'm talking about any business, bro. Any business that you're trying to play, The reason why most people quit is because they just don't have the money to play, bro. You don't have the marketing money to play. And you can get it through business funding, you can get it through all this, bro, but it's better to just play with your own money. So that's why, like, in your early 20s, don't try to start a business, do all that. Save your money for like 5 years, at least $20,000 every single year. So if you save for 5 years, $20,000, you have 100,000, bro. Now you can play. Now you can play at 100,000. That's why I'm like, bro, like, save your money because you're gonna need it for these days. Lesson number 3 is gonna be lifestyle inflation because it's real, dude. Um, I told myself when I first started that I'm like, bro, I just need 100K. Like, I just need 100K and I'm chilling, you know? Like, I won't spend my money. I won't do this. I won't do that. And slowly, but surely, I started, like, spending a lot of money. I remember one time I did my tax and I spent like over $40,000 on just food, restaurants, Uber Eats, going out with friends. And I figured, oh, it's just a write-off. It's just a business write-off. And it is, right? Like, that's how I've been kind of able to lower my business expense and my tax expense. But at the same time, bro, like, was that worth the tax burden when I could have been saving that money to reinvest into marketing? Like, I don't think so now that I think about it. But did I have great experiences? Did I get to enjoy all those times? I did. And I'll never get that time back, which is why, like, one of those things that I kind of like tell myself is like, time is of the essence and experiences are one of those things that you keep forever. So, like, yeah, I got that. But now it's like, I wish I had it in regards of like being able to spend money on like marketing and stuff like that. So, be really, really careful on your lifestyle creeping up on you when you're making a lot of money, because it will happen and it happens to the best of us, even when you think that it's not going to happen to you, like I did to myself. It will happen. Better restaurants, better clothes, better everything. It like slowly, creepily like comes up. And it didn't come up like crazily for me because I've been able to keep a handle on it. But I could have probably like not had to spend in certain places, and I probably would have had a lot more money now, been able to play this game a lot better. But it happens, and I would hope it just doesn't happen to you. So, lesson number 4 is going to be that tax shock nobody warns anybody about, bro. And this is when I learned that I don't make a lot of money, bro. Like, I'm super poor. I'm broke. Like, 100,000 is broke, 200,000 is broke, 300,000 is kind of broke, 400,000 is still kind of broke. But like, that's not like FU money. Like, I've met so many people that make FU money nowadays, and they're like, bro, FU money is like, this is not even close, bro. Because majority of the time, taxes eat up a lot of your stuff. So, like, if you think 100,000 is what you need, you probably need like 200,000, maybe even 300,000. Because after taxes, that thing really kills you, bro. There's so much stuff that you have to pay in just taxes itself. Where, like, think about it like this, bro. Any amount of money that you make, 30 cents of it by the dollar is not yours. So there's obviously like tax things that you can take advantage of and all that stuff. But if you make $1 million, you have to make $1 million to keep 500,000. And that's like the easiest way to think about things. So Uncle Sam, bro, is not a really cool dude. And there's going to be a time where you run out of things to buy. And it's like, or like, you're just gonna have to pay Uncle Sam, bro. And like, that shit sucks. That's why some people don't realize like taxes are not always that fun. Yeah, pay your fair share and do all this and that, but in reality, you're not making a lot of money. Like, $100,000 is not a lot of money. 200,000 is not a lot of money. 300,000. I'm talking about like net profit, keep all that stuff, right? I'm not talking about like revenue like a lot of people do. Like, no, taxes freaking kill you. So be prepared for that. Save 30 to 35% of all your money to pay for taxes, because that tax bill comes due. You're going to feel it, bro. And you're going to realize that you actually don't make a lot of money. So, and you got to make a lot more money. Lesson number 5 is going to be cars are one of the biggest financial traps. Over the years, bro, I've spent so much money on like cars. I've gotten so many cars, and to this day, like, now I have a high payment on a Tesla because I bought at the weirdest time, and I bought a brand new freaking Tesla, and that shit sucked. And it's not even my fault because it was a whole different thing with a whole nother friend. And I'm like, bro, whatever, I'm stuck. But now I pay a really freaking expensive car bill, and I love my car, don't get me wrong. I got it with like 0 miles, plus I run the shit out of my car, so any car that I buy doesn't even make sense. But knowing that, I should have just bought a used Tesla, bro. I literally should have just bought a used Tesla, but I don't even know why I did it. Or I should have just waited, bro. I should have just waited. And for anybody that is thinking of buying a car, there's not a single 20-year-old that I talk to that, or like now a kid that's my age that I've talked to that's like, Oh my God, I love my payment on my car. Every single person of my friends that I have talked to hates the fact that they bought a brand new car, they bought a charger, they bought a truck, they bought a something car that they loved and they wanted for such a really long time, but they hate the payment, they hate the expenses that come with it, they hate the gas, they hate everything that comes with that car. And a lot of times, 9 times out of 10, you are better off buying a used car because nobody freaking cares that you have this really nice, expensive car. Nobody's looking at you. Nobody is like doing all that, bro. I swear. In your 20s, bro, any person that I tell is buy a used Honda or Toyota and run it to the freaking ground, bro. Until you're 35, 40, buy yourself the car that you actually want. Or unless you're making a shitload of money. But if you're not, bro, burn that car to the freaking ground until the freaking wheels come off of that thing. So, because you're going to be stuck with a car payment, bro. And that's just not sucky. That's just sucky because, again, you can put that money back into marketing, into skills, and something else that's going to make you even more money, bro. And it just sucks. Lesson number 6 is going to be don't spend money until you know your next move. One thing that I learned is that the thing that you don't know is the reason why you're not making that amount of money. And one thing that I tell people, right, is that I personally know what to do with $50 and $100,000, right? Personally, because I know what I'm doing in regard to my business, right? Like if someone were to give me 50 to 100K, I know exactly where to put that into marketing. Somebody else who might even be the same age as me can be sitting on 50, 100K, and they don't know what to fucking do with that money. They don't. They don't know where to put it. They don't know where to multiply, and they don't realize that a lot of this stuff takes risk and like gambling. And do you want to be safe? Do you want to risk the money and all this and that? Sometimes you're better off just saving that money and learning the skills on whatever it is that you're gonna want to like make money on, right? So don't spend the 50, 100K if you don't know your next move. Spend it on like skills and spend it on like marketing and sales, because that's really the two skills that you need for like any business or like any high income job or like anything that you want to move up in your like life, is spend it on your like skills. So, and if you don't know where to put it, then don't put it anywhere, bro. Just keep it. Just keep it until you keep on learning, keep on reading books, keep on seeing YouTube channels, keep on learning, keep on figuring out which route you want to go to. And then when you're ready, now you got that money to spend it. But if you don't spend that money on like dumb stuff, bro. Like you're going to need it one day. Lesson number 7 is going to be time versus money realization. Bro, growing the ATM business from like 4 machines to like up to 50 machines and then going down and doing all that stuff, I've realized the value of money and I've realized the value of time. When I first started, I just wanted like I started with 4 machines and I'm like, oh, wouldn't it be nice to like get to like 10 machines, right? And then I got to 10 and then I got to 30 and then I got to 50 and I'm like, okay. But now it's taking me more days to fill this money, more money to put more into the machines and like more risk all over the place. And I started hitting a cap when it comes to the ATM because like it would affect this other business. So it's a sacrifice now that I have to make in regards to the ATM business where like, okay, cool. I can continue to grow that, but now my money's stuck there and I can't put the money over here to the construction business. And a lot of people struggle with this stuff. It's like, okay, cool. The money is stuck over here. Like I have the money in like real estate and I can't put it into the business over here because of that reason and this reason. So now I'm running into that where like, okay, cool. I can't get more ATMs because then I have more time to invest into that. But it's my time, which is $100, $200 worth the amount of time that I can probably be door knocking till I can get maybe $2,000, $5,000 off of that sale. And then I got to pick and choose like which one is worth it. Which of my thing is more worth it. Or if I had more money, I could put more money into the machines, run it less amount of time, and then do more construction stuff. But it's like, I need either more time or I need more money. So it's like, that's why I say, like, if you have a lot of more money, then you can have more time. But if you don't have a lot of money, and I'm talking about a lot of money, is like over 100K, bro. Anything under this, like anything under 50, bro, you keep that shit in your wallet, bro, because nothing's gonna move the needle. Nothing's gonna move the needle for you. Like, you need over 50 to play in anything nowadays because things just got really freaking expensive. That's why I say, like, save all your money. You're gonna need all that stuff to create what's called leverage. Leverage in marketing, leverage in employees, leverage in systems, and until then, the game is not gonna change. So, Lesson number 8 is going to be vacations can destroy your budget. And that's because I traveled a lot when I was in my 20s. And I don't regret any of the experience whatsoever, but I did spend a lot of money on traveling. And that's one of the things that I would recommend to anybody is like, if I look back at the times that I traveled, I have not traveled to a lot of places, but I have traveled with a no budget to my like expense. So when I would travel, I'd just say yes to like everything. And I probably spend more money than what I should have. And I probably would have gotten the same experiences if I didn't spend that amount of money, because a lot of that shit wasn't just some dumb shit like alcohol. So I didn't have to go to the nicest hotels. I didn't have to go to the nicest restaurants. I could have just gone to like okay hotels, still gotten the full experience of the country in itself, still gone to like whatsoever like restaurants, and still gotten some good of an experiences or traveled to more places and not had to spend $7,000 on a trip. And I could have like spent like 3,000 and still probably gotten a really great experience because I am a great person whatsoever to like have fun with. So be careful when you travel, bro. Be careful when you like vacate, and like don't lose flights like I do, because I have a thing of like losing flights, but not anymore. So vacations are cool. You're never gonna regret experiences when it comes to like spending your money, but like maybe don't ball out on like a $5,000 restaurant or like a $5,000 like stay, because that thing's not like worth it. So instead, like, budget yourself, I would say. Lesson number 9 is gonna be relationships can cost you money, bro. Like, this is one for the boys. Really, this is one for the boys, because like most guys don't freaking understand this thing, bro. Dating is expensive, especially if you're a guy like me, bro, where I pay for everything. I'm a traditional type of person where like I love to pay for everything, and I like really nice restaurants, and I like going out, and I like trips, and I like doing all that stuff. But like spending money on like, there's a point in time when I was like in my 20s and I was going out like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And I had a date almost like every freaking week, and like probably like 2 dates every single freaking week. And it's like $100 to $150 a night. Multiply that by 3, that's $300 a week. Multiplies that by 4, bro, that's almost $1,200 a month that I was spending on just dates. That's insane. Which is why now I only date like one girl at a time, because that's just expensive, bro. So like don't do that stuff. Like make sure that you try to like not go too crazy on like dates. And if a girl likes you, she likes you, and if she doesn't, then who cares, bro? Move on to the next one. Or just like wait for the really one that you are really wanting to spend money on, and realize that okay, cool, it may or may not work, but at least I'm not freaking going crazy on every one of them. So, and then you got to be very careful when it comes to like dating girls, because sometimes these girls don't realize how hard it is for you to make money. And that thing can cost you, bro. I know so many freaking guys that spend so much money on their girls. And as much as you're trying to be a nice boyfriend and trying to like, please them and spend all their money, bro, like, you have to realize that at one point, bro, you're not gonna have enough money to save or invest to upgrade your life or spend money on marketing and or spend money on another skill, because you're too busy spending that thing on your girl. So make sure that whoever you choose as a partner, bro, you're able to align yourself on your goals and like where you're going in life, and be like, hey, like, I'll take you out here and there, maybe not the nicest places all the time, but this is where I'm at in my life. I'm reinvesting everything, because one day when I'm 35, 40, I hope to give you everything. And if you're not down for the ride, then I'm cool, bro. I don't need to be with you right now, because I know whoever is willing to ride the wave and ride the wave is going to get that later. And most girls don't get that, bro. Most girls do not get that. And that's okay. So wait until you're 35 to date. And that's why most people wait, because most girls just don't get it, bro. And I will see too many freaking guys just be stuck in the gutter, fucking living paycheck to paycheck, living 2 jobs, and can't get out because they can't go through that buffer of like 3, 6 months to get a new skill or get a new job, because they're stuck. So careful with whoever you choose. And then lastly is going to be passive income changed my life. So one thing that I don't regret of like spending all my money is going to be the ATM business, right? So like at one point I grew them from 4 machines to 30 machines. And this is what most people don't understand when it comes to these machines, right? It takes about $2,000 minimum to like operate these machines, right? So like I have about like 15 that are my own, right? And then I operate for somebody else for another 15. Think of all the money that goes into those machines, right? I had to aggressively save at one point to get all these machines. But if it wasn't for all that saving, I would have probably spent all of it because I would have seen it in my bank account and just been like, oh, it's money that I have. Why not? But there was a point in time where like I traveled to Florida, even now when like I'm going and building my own thing, where that extra little bit of income that I do get from the machines helps me out with paying a lot of my expenses and allows me to gamble on things. But if it wasn't for that, bro, I probably would have been like going crazy like a lot of people when it comes to like doing this business stuff and not getting paid for a really long time because shit's hard. Shit's hard. And if you don't have the money to like play, bro, you're gonna start making bad business moves. You're gonna feel like you can't sell and you can't do all this and that. And that's basically what I'm going through. Where like now, if it wasn't for the like the ATM money that helps me out every single month, like I probably would have been already in the freaking red by a lot. And like I would have been having a whole different conversation with you, which we might have in like 90 days because I might go broke in like 30, 90 days and if I don't sell anything. Um, but in regards of all of this stuff, bro, these are quick little 10 lessons that I kind of wanted to share with you because this is basically what's going in through my head and what I've been thinking about lately. Because, bro, like, if I would have just saved and I could have just saved over $100,000 for marketing, I would have been at such an easier path right now. And I know a lot of people my age are doing exactly what I want to be doing, but they probably just didn't party and do all the crazy shit like I did. And that's my fault. But that's okay because we learned from it, we lived by it, and now we don't feel like doing any of that stuff anymore. So, do I regret my life in my 20s? Honestly, no. Like, I lived and I partied the shit out of my life. I spent as much money as I possibly could. But now I don't feel like it. You know, now I want to live that very frugal life. Now I really want to save aggressively and put that money into marketing. But now I have that skill that allows me to do that. And most people my age have never been able to do that. And a lot of people who I've look up to and are very successful. And they always say like, oh, I lived the frugal life. I sacrificed a lot. I didn't party. I didn't do all that. And they got to their 35s and then they just skipped all that. I'm like, bro, like you're never gonna live ever again in your life. And as much as people say like, oh, it's boring and stuff like that, which is not worth it, it really isn't. Um, but it's still an experience, you know. It's still an experience that you're never gonna get back in your life. At least that's what I feel. You know, to each their own. Do whatever it is that you want. Just realize that it's gonna take you a little bit longer. You're gonna push back your success a little bit longer. And if you're okay with that, then cool. And if you're not okay with that, then don't do it. You know. I was okay with making those sacrifices. I was okay with realizing that I'm gonna waste a little bit of my 20s, but still try to gain those skills. And now I'm gonna pay for it right now, which is what I'm going through right now. But because I learned the skill of selling and I saved a little bit, I'm not like super far back like a lot of people. Now I just gotta like sacrifice a little bit more to get there when I'm 35, 36, which is what I'm like striving for. In my head is 35, 36 is the amount of time that it's probably gonna take me to get to where I wanna get to. But then at 37, 38, 39, I'll be big chilling. Um, so if you're in your 20s right now, really out of the whole entire video, what I wanna tell you is save aggressively, don't buy expensive cars, learn sales, learn marketing, avoid lifestyle inflation, and build your skills before trying to build a big business. Because money comes and goes, but skills stay with you forever. Right now, for the next chapter, it's very simple. I'm going back to the basics, which is door knocking. So I got to generate leads, bro. Like, I got to sell. And I learned how to sell for a long period of time, and I'm rebuilding everything again. And for someone who's trying to figure it out in business in your life in your 20s, just know that you're not alone, and we're all figuring it out as we go. But thank you guys for tuning in. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this small little video, quick little nugget and like raw talk of like things that I'm going through, things that you're probably going to go through if you're going down this whole business path and like sales path and like construction path or whatever it is path that you guys follow me for. And I'll try to make more videos like this. If you guys did like this video, make sure you guys hit the like button, to subscribe button. And to be honest with you, I'm probably going to start talking more construction stuff. So like if you don't like it, then it was nice knowing you. But I'll see you later.